Hey everyone! In this video we are going to discuss about phyllotaxy. What is phyllotaxy? Let us take a look at this picture to understand. As you can see here, the leaves are arranged in a specific manner. Classification of leaves based on their arrangement on stem or axis is known as phyllotaxy. But before getting into the details of phyllotaxy, let us first take a look at the different types of leaves. Types of leaves. There are two broad categories of leaves, simple leaf and compound leaf. They are further classified into different groups based on their shape, size, pattern of arrangements on the stem, leaves of flowering and non-flowering plants, and various other physical attributes. Today, we are going to discuss about the pattern of arrangement of these leaves on the stem. Phyllotaxy. Phyllotaxy is the arrangement of leaves on an axis or stem. It is of three types. Number 1, alternate phyllotaxy. Number 2, opposite phyllotaxy. And number 3, whorled phyllotaxy. Let us first discuss alternate phyllotaxy. When only a single leaf develops at each node alternatively, it is known as alternate phyllotaxy. What is a node? A node is the point on the stem from where a leaf originates. Let us take a look at this picture of hibiscus or China rose. We can see that from one node only one leaf is originating. That too alternatively. Hence we have the name alternate phyllotaxy. Next, opposite phyllotaxy. When a pair of leaves develops at each node opposite to each other, it is called opposite phyllotaxy. Example, guava plants, calotropis, ocimum. Let us take a look at the picture of ocimum. This is the node. And as we can see clearly, from this node, two leaves are emerging, opposite to each other. Hence, the name opposite phyllotaxy. Alright, let's go to the next category, whorled phyllotaxy. When more than two leaves at the nodes form a whorl of leaves, example Nerium, Astonia. This is a picture of Astonia here. If you see clearly, from one node we can see more than two leaves are arising, forming a whorl. What is the meaning of whorl? Whorl means encircling, so it's forming a circular pattern. Hence, we call this type of arrangement whorled phyllotaxy. Let us now take a look at the difference between alternate and whorled phyllotaxy. The key difference between alternate and whorled phyllotaxy is that in alternate phyllotaxy, there is a single leaf at each node of the plant stem, while in whorled phyllotaxy, there are 3 or more leaves at each node of the plant stem. So, in alternate phyllotaxy, only one leaf arises from one node. In whorled phyllotaxy, more than two leaves arises from one node. Now, here's the point to note. The basic arrangement of leaves are either opposite or alternate. However, when more than one leaf arises from one node, we call it alternate phyllotaxy. It is also known as spiral phyllotaxy. If more than two leaves arise from one node, we call it whorled phyllotaxy. Next, in some books we find a separate category known as spiral phyllotaxy. So let us now take a look at spiral phyllotaxy. Here is a picture of China rose or hibiscus showing alternate phyllotaxy. We call this alternate phyllotaxy as one leaf is rising from one node only and they are facing only one direction. However, from sunflower, you can see an almost similar thing happening. One leaf arising from one node. But in this case, they are not facing one direction. They are forming a spiral pattern just like a spring. Hence, the name spiral phyllotaxy, or some people call it alternate but spiral phyllotaxy. Some books prefer to say that there are 3 types of phyllotaxy. In that case, the spiral phyllotaxy is included within alternate phyllotaxy, whereas others say there are 4 types of phyllotaxy: alternate, opposite, spiral, and whorled. You're going to follow whatever your book says. Let us take a look again at the leaf arrangement or phyllotaxy. If you look at this picture here, the bigger circles represent a node, while the small black dots represent a leaf. Let us compare the picture of alternate phyllotaxy to this small circular picture here. The outer circle represents one node, this node here, and it has only one leaf. You can see there is no other black markings on this circle, saying that this node has only one leaf. Now, at the opposite end of this node, in another node, we find another leaf. I hope you can draw a parallel from this picture here. Again, opposite to that, in a separate node, we find another leaf. Hence, from this picture, we can clearly say that it represents alternate phyllotaxy. Similarly, here in this picture, you can see that in one node, there are 2 leaves opposite to each other. Hence, we can say that this is an example of opposite phyllotaxy. Here in this picture, one node has only one leaf, but they are not opposite or alternate to each other. They are forming a circular pattern or a spiral pattern. Hence, this arrangement is known as spiral phyllotaxy. In the 4th picture, you can see one node has more than 2 leaves. First node has 3 leaves, second node also has 3 leaves, and the third node has 6 leaves. Hence, clearly this is an example of whorled phyllotaxy. So, that is it for today's video. If you like this video, don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell icon for future notifications. Check out the other parts of leaf videos on our channel and share them with your friends. For any queries, contact us at futurecareerinstitute@gmail.com. Thank you everyone for watching this video.